Hello everyone, today I will discuss about the top 5 disgusting foods Westerners eat. We recently published a list on disgusting foods the Chinese eat. We were liberally called names, you can guess which ones, and accused of a bias that ignores our own awesome European and European originating cultures foods that may be stomach turning. Obviously a number of these are going to be historic as we tend not to think of most of the foods we eat today as disgusting, but there are a few surprising additions from our current fare. One caveat, I love offal, therefore I am resisting the temptation to bow to the modern tendency to be shocked by fairly traditional cuts of it. So don't expect a list full of kidneys, livers, and hearts, all of which are delicious and you should try them. Before starting countdown, please subscribe our channel for more amazing content. Number 1, Rocky Mountain oysters. Known by a variety of names, such as criadillas in Spanish-speaking countries, and prairie oysters in parts of North America, these are fried bull's testicles. You can use your imagination when it comes to working out why this dish is named after the slimy shellfish that gives us beautiful pearls. The testicles are served in a variety of ways, the most popular is crumbed, and while they were once food for cowboys, they are now popular in many places amongst regular folk. If you get a hankering for a mouthful of balls, you can drop into Bruce's Bar in Colorado where they have been serving them since 1957. In an effort to mix things up, they also serve lamb and bison testes. A number of other American towns also have annual testicle eating festivals. Number 2, Blood clot soup. Blood sausage, or black pudding as it is also known, is one thing, but a bowl full of blood clots is another thing entirely. Unless you're Lithuanian. Kraujin sriuba juka is a soup composed of the flesh of an entire chicken, duck, or goose and a good-sized cupful of blood. It is all boiled together with a few herbs and some barley and eaten with black bread. Blood is a popular dish of many European countries and is eaten in a variety of ways, most commonly, as mentioned, as sausage. But in Scandinavian nations it is also sometimes served as blood pancakes with a side of reindeer meat. On the whole, Lithuanian food is very rich and extremely good, and the nation has very low rates of obesity. Maybe we all need to start drinking blood clots. Number 3, fish guts. At the height of its use in the 1st century AD, garum, a sauce made from rotting fermented fish innards, was incredibly popular in the Roman Empire. It was frequently combined with wine, oil, ground pepper, and even just water to make a range of different sauces or drinks that could be consumed straight or added to other meals. Even the most cash-strapped laborer could afford basic garum, while the fanciest version would bankrupt even the wealthy middle-class landowner. Factories dedicated to its production sprang up across the empire, and dedicated trade routes carried the stinking liquid to its furthest reaches. There is no exact equivalent in the West today, though the fish sauces of Asia come close, and English Worcestershire sauce is made from fermented whole anchovies, guts included. Wildly popular at the height of the Roman Empire, it faded with its fall and drifted out of Western cuisine, perhaps due to the utter stink of the stuff. Number 4, mice. You might think of a dormouse as a sleepy little hamster or a character in Alice in Wonderland, but to some people, they were a nut food. In ancient Rome, dormice were roasted as a special delicacy. The Romans raised them in a special terracotta jar called a glirarium. In the wild, dormice hibernate for the entire winter. In the glirarium, which was kept dark, the dormice hibernated all year, which is how they were fattened. The jars had little staircases for the dormice, places for them to deposit food, and air holes. When they were really fat, the dormice would be stuffed with nuts and roasted with honey and spices. Usually, they were served as an appetizer. Today, wild dormice are still hunted and eaten in some parts of Slovenia and Croatia and are considered a delicacy. In other places, they are simple snacks served between a couple of bits of bread. Number 5, roast ortolan. This adorable bird is the size of a man's thumb and weighs less than an ounce. It is meant to be eaten feet first, with the beak and head being last, so you can enjoy the subtle flavors of the brain when the little skull breaks between your teeth. In 1999 the French government banned its use as food, but they also banned the use and sale of sea turtle shell and ivory, yet both are still legally sold via loopholes and legal exceptions for the very rich. The cost one bird now on the black market is around $180. The late chef Anthony Bourdain, who hanged himself in 2018, ate the bird and described his experience. I bring my molars down and through my bird's rib cage with a wet crunch and am rewarded with a scalding hot rush of burning fat and guts down my throat. Rarely have pain and delight combined so well. I'm giddily uncomfortable, breathing in short, controlled gasps as I continue slowly, ever so slowly, to chew. With every bite, as the thin bones and layers of fat, meat, skin, and organs compact in on themselves, there are sublime dribbles of varied and wondrous ancient flavors. Figs, armagnac, dark flesh slightly infused with the salty taste of my own blood as my mouth is pricked by the sharp bones. As I swallow, I draw in the head and beak, which, until now, have been hanging from my lips, and blithely crush the skull. If the idea of bitting down on the itty-bitty body of an teeny tiny birdie doesn't make you cringe, you're heartless.